Welcome to the Step Ahead Real Estate Coaching Radio program. My name is Bill Zeltman. I'm your host, and today we are going to continue to talk about habits of highly successful realtors. And this will be the last week that we go through this. If you have missed the other 4 parts, this is a 5-part series that we're doing, make sure you listen to them. The whole premise and the whole point of this series, it's a very important series. People are like, man, you've done this for 5 weeks. Yes, I have done it for 5 weeks. The habits that you have as a realtor will make all the difference in your success. If you're a new realtor, I encourage you to take these habits and put them together right away so you don't know anything different. I teach a 26-week program for every new agent and even experienced agents that come into my office. And what I find is with the new agents, if they don't know any better, and I set their day up the way a top 10% realtor is set up, they're successful. I have so many stories and I have so many agents that have gotten into doing this, and they don't know, they look at somebody else after about 10 weeks, 15 weeks in the program, and they're like, why is that person, I haven't even done a deal yet? It's because they haven't even picked up the phone yet, because they don't have the habits of a successful realtor. Whereas the ones that take my program don't know any better. They create these habits, they put these habits together, they live these habits through their career, and they're successful. I actually have a harder time with agents that come to me, and I get a lot of agents, they're sold some tall tale at other brokerages about how they're going to have a mentoring program, which basically means you're going to be a coffee boy for some top realtor that's never going to teach you anything, or they have this great training and they throw you into a 4-week program or whatever. But the truth is that those agents are harder for me after they've been through 6 months, 9 months of really not doing anything or not doing the right things, because now I have to break these habits and help them create new ones. So whether you're a new agent or you're somebody that has to break these habits or whatever and start new ones, I am giving you guys here 32 habits between these 5 episodes of what top realtors do every day. And it is so important for you to understand what they do and to emulate what they do and put it into your career. You then will make $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million a year if you follow these. So let's get started. Also want to invite everybody, while I'm thinking about it, to follow me at America's Gurus. That is my social media handle. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the social media. Go in there. I put up short training videos. One of my training video series is the 32 habits that we're talking about here. So if you want them reiterated and maybe presented in a little different way, they are on there. I give you 17 places to find prospects. I give you 23 social media tips and all types of other training. So follow me again at America's Gurus. You can just find me by putting in the @ symbol, America's Gurus with an S. So the first habit we're going to tackle today is having a large sphere of influence and continuing to build it. Top realtors understand that the most important asset that they have is their cell phone. And when I say their cell phone, I don't mean making calls, which is obviously very important. What I mean is the contact list within their phone. Also, it's the contact list that they've put into their client relationship management tool. Top realtors know that that list needs to be big. They realize that that list needs to be growing every day. So it doesn't matter, I manage 4 real estate offices in Florida. Florida is kind of its own beast. For those of you, you knew me from New Jersey, and I used to manage 3 offices there. In New Jersey, most people that were successful in real estate were 3rd, 4th, 5th generation in a town, right? They knew everybody. Everybody in town knew what they did wrong in 3rd grade, and it's very, generational there. Oh, this person, I know them. So because I know them and because I knew their parents and my parents knew their parents and my grandparents, etc., they're a good person. And that's how that works. In Florida, many of the people that I hire aren't even from the area. They're from different states. They're even from different countries. Yet here they're successful. And the reason the people that are successful is this. You walk in the room the first day and we start talking about sphere of influence. How many people are in your sphere of influence? I've had people that have with as little as 4 and 5. I had a girl who was in her early 20s, knew no one. And in her first year of real estate, she almost had $200,000 in commission. Why? Because she learned the secret that it was, if I have nobody today, I need to have 1 tomorrow. And I need to have 3 the next day, and 5, and 8, and 10, and 15, and grow and grow and grow. This is what you need to do. If you don't start with a big sphere of influence, and let me just say, if you do, your first thing of business, first matter of business, is to get on the phone with every one of those people and set them up on a situation where you call them 4 times a year, right? Unless they have a real estate need, then you follow up right away. 4 times a year, you get in the habit of calling them using my 3-3 rule, which is telling them your name, telling them what you do for a living, and asking if they or anybody else has a real estate need that they'd be in touch with you, and you set that up. But in addition, you need to be building your sphere of influence every day. Top realtors know that every day when they put their head down on the pillow, they think to themselves, did I put someone or several someones new in my client relationship management tool today? Did I put somebody new in my contacts in my phone today? And if the answer is no, I don't care if they had 3 closings that day. They feel like, wait a minute, what didn't I do today? I didn't do my job today. They go to bed uneasy. This is how you have to be. Build your sphere of influence, make it bigger, 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 and add to it day in and day out. Have a follow-up plan for every person on it, and you're going to find that business is going to start to find you because you're doing these right things. The next habit that I'd like to speak about is, again, and I kind of already leaked into this, but is having a plan to nurture your sphere of influence. As I just said, every person that you put in your sphere of influence, you should be contacting a minimum of 4 times a year. In addition, if these people are on, if you have their email address, they should be getting a newsletter from you, market updates from you, just listed, just sold emails, and all of those types of things, in addition to your 4 personal touches. What are your 4 personal touches? Calling them on the phone, or at least texting them and having a conversation go. But really, if you can call them, that is best. One of those 4 calls, if you can do it, should be on their birthday. So if you know their birthday, put put the calls around their birthday. So for example, if I was in your sphere of influence, my birthday's February 2nd, you would schedule 1 call on February 2nd, your next call would be on May 2nd, right? Every 3 months, and so on and so forth. This will help you to have a plan. And of course, you're going to just have a conversation. You're going to give them a golden nugget of information, something of value in this conversation when you talk to them. You can tell them about how properties are doing. Do you know that in your neighborhood, properties are up 3.6% from this time a year ago? Did you know that interest rates are boom, 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 boom? Something that's a golden nugget of information that makes the call valuable to them. Because once you've made the call valuable to them, now you have a better chance of them picking up the next time you call them. If you just call them every time and do the third part, the 3-3 rule, hi, my name's Bill, I'm a realtor, and if you or anybody has a real estate need, call. If I keep doing that and don't give them any type of value, they're going to stop taking. Next time I call in 3 months, they're like, oh my God, this guy again, same thing. So give them something of value. Make a plan and nurture your sphere of influence, guys. Hit them as many ways as you can. Again, the 4 phone calls, get the email campaigns going, newsletters, all that type of stuff. And if you can, also get them on your social media. Get them to follow you so they're seeing you in 3 different places. It's the spokes of the wheel of marketing that I always talk about. It's not one slam dunk that gets you there. It's all the different things working in concert, working together to provide a person with your message. So they hear it here, they hear it there, they hear it there. It reinforces and it cements in their brain. It's called anchoring for all of you people in marketing. It's an anchoring technique and it works. Number 3, the third habit we're going to discuss today, return calls and emails quickly. Let me tell you the biggest pet peeve I have as a broker. Somebody, and this doesn't happen too often anymore. I know the world has changed, but it even happens. I watch it happen with realtors. Okay, when they get a call comes into the office. Hey, I'm looking to buy a house in, or I'm looking to sell a house in blah, blah, blah. The admin says, okay, I will have an agent call you right away. Usually the admin comes to me, says, hey, who gets the next lead? Or like mine are on lead, they're on lead rotations, so they know who gets theirs next. And it's somebody in the room. And so we call them over. Hey, got a lead, just called in, looking to buy or sell a house. Okay, thanks. I'll call them. They put it in their pocket. They go back and go about their business. Wrong, guys. You need to call that person back immediately. There's a study done a couple of years ago. I know Zillow was part of it. I think it was another owners.com or one of those was part of it. And they said you basically have 91 seconds from the time a person would call and leave a message to them picking up the phone and calling the next realtor on their list, right? Most people do what? They go and find houses and things like that on a Zillow, on a Truly, on a Homes. What's down the right side? A list of 3 agents. You're the one agent, so they called you. 90 seconds go by, nobody calls back. What do? They call the next guy, and you lose. Oh, I called that person, but they had already had a realtor. Yeah, because it took you 3 hours to call them back. Come on, people. Somebody gives you a lead. Somebody calls and leaves you a voice message. However it works, you call them back immediately. You email them back immediately. We live in an instantaneous world. We live in the world of instant messengers, of immediate gratification. We want instant gratification. It's an instant gratification generation out there. They expect answers now. That's why, for those of you that work for me and those of you that have been through this training where we talk about signs, and we have signs now that have QR codes on them and take them directly to all the information because they don't want to make the phone call. They don't want to wait till they get back and really be able to look up a property. They want it now. So there you go. So call them back now. It's as simple as that. My name is Bill Zeltman. This is Guru's Real Estate Coaching Radio. We are going through the habits of top realtors around the country. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go through a few more habits with you. Stay with us.
You are one of many realtors in your town. Most realtors use the same marketing tactics. They buy leads, door knock, send postcards. With no product differentiation, the client chooses the agent doing the most business. Why shouldn't they? That realtor uses the same marketing templates as you, but has proven to the client that they can get the job done with their track record of business. Meanwhile, you and the hundreds of other local realtors are all using the same marketing strategies and can't show that you're as successful as that top agent, while the client learns to ignore your efforts. This is where the My Town Guru's marketing and learning system comes in. We only work with one realtor per town, differentiating them as the digital mayor or guru of their town. How do we do this? We create a website and social media pages exclusively for your town. We include local news, events, and partner with local businesses to provide fresh, up-to-date content management on your website and social media sites. Next, we help you build a community on social media, creating a unique place where neighbors can meet and share local news, events, local happenings, heads-up notifications, job postings, advice, lost pets, remember whens, and more, all with you in the center of it. We then teach you how to leverage relationships with local business owners and community organizations. Our unique solution allows them to post on your webpage and social media sites for free and instantly builds value and trust while anchoring you as the local expert and a resource for your community. This makes relationship building simple with every business and community organization in your town and makes you the natural realtor for them to refer business to. Also included is our Step Ahead Real Estate Training Academy. Our industry-best online learning system and daily motivation videos teach you the skills you need to be a top realtor. There are 12 tracks of learning, 48 learning modules, and over 500 individual lessons and breakout sessions. This is the best educational system available to realtors, all included in the My Town Guru system. Stand out from the crowd and stop marketing your way to mediocrity. Become the official town guru of your town today. Contact us now for a free demo and to reserve your town. Hurry before it's gone.
And we are back. This is Guru's Real Estate Coaching Radio. My name is Bill Zeltman. You can follow me at America's Gurus. We are in our final edition today of talking about the habits of successful realtors. What makes the top 10% of realtors across the country successful? Why are they successful? How can you emulate them and become one of the best of the best? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we talked about having a large sphere of influence. We talked about how to nurture that sphere of influence and as you continue to build it. And we talked about the importance of returning calls, emails, text messages. I didn't mention that. Messages, Facebook Messenger, any messages immediately. There is no waiting. There is no anything. Get back to the person immediately. You will have much better success. Our next habit. Guys, you need to fully utilize social media. If you don't fully understand social media, most realtors do not. Most real estate companies do not. They talk in buzzwords, but they don't know how to really deliver content and create pages, groups, etc. That make sense to actually get business and drive business. You need to fully utilize social media. I teach a class every week. It's called Digital Mastery. And all we do in that class, we do nothing in that class except teach our agents how to use digital media, digital things. The reason is the 97% of real estate searches begin online. You need to be the one they find when they get online. So how do you do that? You learn how to fully utilize social media. You know the difference between a Facebook profile, a Facebook page, a Facebook group. You understand how each of those work differently. You understand how to use each of these to your benefit and to be able to have active posting as opposed to passive posting that causes people to get in a conversation with you about real estate and get them going. And that is what you're looking to do. So if you don't fully utilize social media, if you don't have a plan, a full plan in place that you work every day, with planned, this is what I do on Monday, this is what I do on Tuesday, this is what I do on Wednesday, this is Thursday, Friday, and know exactly how to use all of these things, you are missing out and you need to jump on it. I welcome everybody to join my Digital Mastery class. It doesn't matter where you are because you just ask me, I'll give you the Zoom link, or you could, we go many times on Facebook Live at America's Gurus at my Facebook profile. We will teach you how to do this, guys. It's really not difficult. It does take learning. It does take practice. It does take coaching. But make sure that you fully utilize social media. The next secret, understand mortgage and title information. I am not asking you to go get a mortgage license or a title license. I'm not asking you to be able to speak to all and everything. But you need to have an understanding so that you can answer basic questions. You also need to have a partnership. If you don't have a good partnership, a friendship you should have in as well with a mortgage person and a title person, you need to make one. These are people that are there to help support your career. Of course, you're there to help support their career. Create it together. I would also have an insurance person that you throw into this. And I also like having a financial advisor as part of this little team. But the most important is that you guys need to be able to speak to basic mortgage information, basic title information, and you need to know enough to know when not to speak to these things so that you know that, hey, you know what? That's out of my scope of expertise. Let's get the mortgage person on the phone. Let's get the title person on the phone. And you guys can work in concert. So it's a very simple one, but it's something that you should do. And one of the things you can do if you're like, well, how do I learn that? Well, one of the things you can do is actually sit down, have lunch with the mortgage person and say, what are the things that I should know so that I can speak intelligently without overstepping my bounds because I'm not a mortgage person? Do the same thing with title. You'll be amazed how much it works. The next habit I want to go through, this is something that I learned from a woman that I highly respect, that I worked for. This woman started a business in a broken down Volkswagen, spent 2 years trying to pitch the product that she was trying to sell, and she sold her company for tens of millions of dollars in about a 12-year space. And the theme that she always taught every one of us that worked for her: start with the end in mind and make it happen. So you're starting today, you have 0 people in your sphere of influence. It's your first day of work. You've been at work doing this for almost a year, and your sphere of influence is still small and you're really not closing anything. Stop thinking about where you are today and start thinking with the end in mind. What's the end in mind for you in this case, and as a realtor? Closing 2, 4, 6, 8 deals a month, whatever that goal is for you. Everybody's is different. I don't judge. Some people, they want to close 10 a month. Some people, they're happy with 2 a month. It doesn't matter. Whatever that end is, think about where that is that you want to end. From there, you work towards that end. It gives you a vision. It gives you a drive. And it gives you a place to shoot for and work for. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you always start with the end in mind and make it happen. To do that, what? Get leads any way that you can. And then say to yourself, in October, I'm going to have 2 deals. In November, I'm going to have 2 deals. In December, 3. January, 4. Set these goals and work to them, because working the entire time, looking at that final prize, that place that you want to be, and start with the end in mind. And you know what? You may get to that end and it may be going. You may have to start over with another end because you want to double your business. That's good too. But start with the end in mind. Get to that end. We'll deal with the next part when you get there. The final, it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's unfortunately what I see in real estate, the biggest habit that 90% of agents do not have, and why 90% of agents struggle. The top 10% get this, and that's why they make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And it's very simple. Never give up. Never give up. You are going to have times in this business where you're going to ride on top of the world. I had 4 closings today. Dude, awesome. Problem is you may ride from that, and you may go a month without another closing. You may go a week of grinding out phone calls looking for listings, and you can say, I was supposed to talk to 40 people this week. I talked to 60. I got nothing. You come back the next week, and all of a sudden it starts again, and you're not getting anywhere. Never give up. Start with the end in mind, like we just talked about, but also trust the process. If you sit with a reputable coach, like all of my agents do, and we work out a business plan and we tell you, you need to talk to 8 people a day, 5 days a week, 40 people a week. That's going to help you make X number of dollars a year in the market that you're in at the average commission there. Trust the process, okay? Trust the fact that you are going to, if I make 8 calls a day, I'm going to make X number of dollars a year. And whether I get 10 appointments this week or whether I get 0 appointments this week, it doesn't matter, because I trust the process, and I know that if I don't get any this week and I don't get any next week, I'm probably going to get 3 or 4 appointments the week after that, because it's the consistency here in and here out. Unfortunately, I see people, they get discouraged. Oh, it's not going to happen for me. Oh, the guy over there, he's just lucky. No, he's not. Nobody's lucky in this business. Can a lucky event happen? Absolutely. Can a lucky career happen? Absolutely not. It's like professional sports. Nobody's lucky. If you're a baseball fan like I am, you can't be lucky and hit 300 as a Major League Baseball player. You hit 300 as a Major League Baseball player because you work your tail off in a batting on a batting cage day in, day out, 500 swings a day, whatever that number is, and you work it. Guess what? Your 500 swings a day are your phone calls and your contacts and your socialization out in public where you're at networking events and talking to people. You have to be in it to win it. And you know what? When somebody else gets lucky, tip your cap and know that you're going to make your own luck, because you will get lucky. If, in that example, you're still making 40 calls every week. Trust me, over 52 weeks, you're going to hit the goal that you set. And you're going to have a couple of those lucky things happen to you because you made your own luck. So guys, thank you for joining me for the Guru's Real Estate Coaching Radio hour, half hour we usually do here. I want you to follow me at America's Gurus. Please tell your friends about me. Share my podcast. You can share it on social media. Subscribe in all the places where you subscribe to podcasts. This concludes the 32 Habits of Successful Realtors. I hope you go back. I hope you took notes and wrote these down. I want you to implement them. I want you to message me and tell me how they're working for you, because I know this is going to change your career. It's going to change the whole trajectory of what you do, and it's going to make you a top 10% realtor. Come back. We're taking next week off. I'm going to be on vacation, but the week after we'll be right back with another episode of our podcast. We're going to work on some different things as we come back, and we're going to work together to make you a top 10% realtor. Have a great one, everybody. Thanks for listening.